Hello, in this series of clips we're going to look at how to write two-part inventions. On the screen in front of you is invention number 8 by Bach, invention in F major, BWV 779. One of the characteristic features of an invention is this imitative counterpoint. So you can see the opening in the right hand here is imitated in the left hand. And that returns again bar 3, starting on a second quaver here on a different note of the triad, imitated again in the left hand. And as we glance through the score, second line here, we can see these points of imitation coming back. Down here, the third line, a new entry of the opening, this time in C major. This eventually continues through a series of modulations, eventually returning to the home key of F major at the end. What we're going to do is analyse the harmony of this piece and look at some structural features. So on the screen here we have the opening of the invention in front of you, BWV 779, and as you can see it's in F major, and the opening 5 bars are all in F major. And then as we scroll through, I've gone through and analysed the harmony for you. So chord bar 6, chord 6, and then a G7 chord in bar 7, which I've analysed as 5/7 of 5. That's to say the dominant 7th of the dominant of F major. So in F major the dominant chord is C major, and the dominant 7th of C major is G7, so 5/7 of 5 here. You might see at this point, when you look ahead, actually is this not a modulation to C major? You could do it that way, right? C colon 5/7, and that would be fine too. I've decided not to do that just yet because of this B flat over here. It then moves on, and we've got G major again, 5 of 5. G is the dominant of C, which is the dominant of F. Then we go to C, chord 5, then 5/7, the B flat takes us back to F major. And then at this point, I decide to say this is a proper modulation into C major. Chord 5/7 in C major, leading to chord 1, A minor here, chord 6, F major here, chord 4, with this E here is really a neighbour tone up to the F, so chord 4, chord 2, and chord 2/7 actually, because it has a C there. I'll just make a note of that there. Chord 2/7 has a C in it, and then 1 second inversion 5/1. So the cadential 6/4. All of this essentially being chord 5. What you'll notice when you look through the score, and I'll bring the score up again, is that from bar 27, and actually a little bit further back, bar 26, we have basically the opening of the piece again. So this bar 5 here, bar 5, comes back down here at bar 26, except it's transposed down a fifth. Okay, and if you look through, it's exactly the same notes to the end, transposed down a fifth. Why is that important? Well, if we look at these charts up at the top here, we can see that the first section, the first 12 or so bars, starts in F major, hints at a modulation to C, modulates to C, and at bar 12 is firmly in the key of C. If we just take this passage and then modulate it to B flat, transpose it down to B flat, and then copy it exactly the same, as we go through that passage of modulations, B flat will then take us to F major. C is the dominant of F, F is the dominant of B flat. Therefore, in terms of the structure, the opening section leads from F to the dominant, and the closing section leads from the subdominant back to the tonic key. So the piece is concluded. Bach doesn't copy the whole thing out. He picks up at bar 5, so there's not an obvious head motif to indicate that this is a proper recapitulation, but it is, in structural terms, it is a recapitulation or partial recapitulation of the opening material transposed so that it comes back to the tonic key at the end. So I've copied out from bar 26, the bass part there, bar 27, just so we can go through and look at the notes and see that these notes up here, the opening section, are indeed transposed down a fifth, and the harmony and just to show that the harmony is the same, I put the cautionary E natural in there, just so it tallies with the B natural up here. As you look through, all of this is exactly the same, transposed down. Put in that 7 there, show that it's 2/7, and then the piece concludes in F major.